Have you ever wondered why some men prefer solitude over socializing? Why they seem to operate on a different wavelength altogether? In the complex world of social dynamics, we often hear about alpha and beta males, each with their own distinct characteristics and behaviors. But there is another category that's less talked about yet equally intriguing: the sigma male. These are the lone wolves, the introverted mavericks who don't conform to societal norms. They walk to the beat of their own drum and are often misunderstood because of their unique preferences and behaviors. Sigma males are enigmatic, operating on a different plane from the rest of us. They don't seek the limelight like alphas, nor do they seek validation like betas. They are comfortable in their own skin, and that's what sets them apart. In this exploration, we're going to delve into 8 uncommon things that only sigma males tend to like. Number 1. A preference for solitude over social gatherings. At first glance, a sigma male's tendency to withdraw from crowds might lead some to assume he is antisocial, but this couldn't be further from the truth. Sigma males are not antisocial. They are selectively social. They possess the ability to engage, communicate, and socialize when necessary, but they refuse to do so merely for the sake of fitting in or satisfying social expectations. For them, interaction must have purpose, meaning, or emotional resonance before they choose to participate. Sigma males operate with a deep internal filter. They are intentional about the environments they enter and the people they allow into their space. While many thrive on being surrounded by large groups or constant stimulation, sigma males find more value in curated interactions. They prefer quality over quantity, opting for a few genuine conversations that stimulate their intellect and emotions rather than engaging in surface-level exchanges or trivial chatter. Although they enjoy the right company, they also understand the irreplaceable value of solitude. To a sigma male, time spent alone is not a sign of isolation, it is a source of strength. Solitude grants them the room to breathe, to think deeply, to analyze their own thoughts, and to reconnect with their inner selves. It becomes a sanctuary where they can recharge, reflect, and realign their goals and emotions. In solitude, they experience a sense of freedom that social settings rarely provide. Without the noise of external opinions or expectations, they gain clarity and heightened self-awareness. The quiet allows their minds to wander, explore creative ideas, confront unresolved thoughts, and listen to the subtle internal cues that guide their growth. In a world overflowing with constant conversation, notifications, and pressure to belong, sigma males walk a different path, one paved with intentional silence and mindful presence. They choose solitude not to escape people, but to connect more deeply with themselves. In that stillness, they can hear the whispers of their own soul, uncover their most authentic desires, and find answers to questions that can't be addressed amid chaos. For the sigma male, solitude isn't loneliness, it's liberation. It is the space where they discover who they are, who they want to become, and what truly matters in their journey. Number 2. Minimalism. In a world where consumerism is often glorified, where people chase trends, upgrades, and constant accumulation, sigma males tend to move in the opposite direction. They are naturally drawn to minimalism, not as a rigid lifestyle but as a conscious philosophy. For them, minimalism is not about living with the bare minimum or embracing scarcity. It's about intentional living, removing what is unnecessary so they can make more room for what genuinely adds value to their lives. Sigma males are rarely impressed by flashy possessions, designer labels, or the pressure to constantly acquire more. They don't measure their self-worth by what they own, nor do they feel the need to display status through material things. Instead, they prioritize quality over quantity. They choose well-made, functional, and meaningful items that serve a clear purpose, rather than surrounding themselves with clutter that demands attention but offers little benefit. This minimalist mindset extends far beyond the physical space they live in. It shapes the way they think, the relationships they nurture, and the commitments they accept. Sigma males are highly selective about where they invest their time and energy. They avoid unnecessary drama, superficial connections, and obligations that drain rather than enrich them. By trimming away these excesses, they create mental and emotional space that most people never experience. Minimalism also informs their daily routines and long-term goals. Sigma males prefer streamlined environments where creativity can flow freely and focus remains sharp. They understand that external chaos can quickly lead to internal chaos, so they minimize digital noise, eliminate distractions, and structure their surroundings to support clarity and calm. For a Sigma male, Minimalism is not a sacrifice, it's a liberation. It frees them from the relentless cycle of wanting more and helps them appreciate what they already have. It allows them to live with intention, to think with clarity, and to move through life with purpose rather than pressure. In embracing minimalism, they reclaim control of their time, their energy, and their peace. Number 3. Self-learning. Sigma males have an almost instinctive pull toward self-directed learning, a kind of internal compass that guides them toward knowledge without needing external validation or structured systems. They are natural autodidacts, individuals who thrive when exploring ideas at their own pace, following their own methods, and diving into subjects that spark their curiosity. To a Sigma male, the world functions as a limitless library, filled with lessons hidden in everyday interactions, failures, conversations, observations, and personal reflections. Every moment becomes an opportunity to grow. Their curiosity doesn't hover at the surface. Instead, they often descend into intellectual depths that others may never even consider. They look at the why behind everything. Why people think the way they do, why systems work the way they work, why the world functions in patterns that many overlook. But Sigma males don't just collect information like someone stacking books on a shelf. They deconstruct it. They question every assumption, challenge every belief, and analyze each new piece of knowledge through their own lens. Their learning process is not passive, it's active, investigative, and deeply personal. They aren't satisfied until they understand the underlying mechanics of a concept, not just memorize its surface. Instead of waiting for education systems or authority figures to guide them, they create their own pathways. They learn through experimentation, self-reflection, observation, and an unwavering desire to grow. And they do it silently, without showcasing their progress or seeking praise. For Sigma males, learning is not a competition or a social badge, it is a lifelong, internal journey. It shapes their worldview, strengthens their independence, and enriches their understanding of who they are. Their pursuit of wisdom is deeply intertwined with their pursuit of meaning. Ultimately, Sigma males remind us that true knowledge is not measured by diplomas, titles, or certificates, but by the transformation it brings. The clarity of thought, depth of understanding, and the quiet confidence that comes from knowing you can teach yourself anything you truly desire to learn. Number 4. Non-competitiveness. Contrary to popular belief, Sigma males are profoundly non-competitive, at least in the conventional sense. In a society where people are constantly measured, ranked, compared, and placed into boxes, this trait often makes them stand out. The world pushes a narrative that success requires rivalry, that progress is fueled by beating someone else, and that value is proven through outperforming peers. But Sigma males quietly reject this entire mindset. While others thrive on external validation and the thrill of winning, Sigma males operate on an entirely different wavelength. They walk their own path with intentional focus, indifferent to the noise around them. Their energy isn't wasted scanning the horizon to see who's ahead or who's behind. Instead, they keep their eyes on their internal compass. They do not chase trends, titles, or social approval. They define success on their own terms, rooted in their personal values, goals, and principles. Their sense of progress is measured not by comparing themselves to others but by asking, "Am I better than the person I was yesterday?" This internal metric frees them from the anxiety and insecurity that often come with competition. This non-competitive nature is sometimes misunderstood as a lack of ambition, but the reality is quite the opposite. Sigma males can be intensely driven, but their drive is inward-facing. Their ultimate opponent is the reflection in the mirror, their own limitations, habits, fears, and past decisions. Their motivation comes from self-mastery, not social dominance. And because they're not competing with others, they are rarely threatened or intimidated by someone else's success. They can appreciate others' achievements without feeling diminished. To them, success is abundant, not a limited resource to fight over. In the eyes of a Sigma male, life isn't, and should never be, a race. It is a deeply personal journey, unique to each individual. Everyone moves at their own pace, guided by their own experiences, desires, and motivations. This perspective allows them to focus on authenticity rather than comparison, growth rather than rivalry, and purpose rather than performance. Number 5. Disregard for social norms. Social norms shape almost every part of modern life. They dictate how we should speak, behave, interact, and even present ourselves. They create invisible boundaries, rules that most people follow without question. But Sigma males move differently. They exist just outside the frame, not because they crave attention or rebellion, but because their truest loyalty is to themselves. For Sigma males, disregarding social norms is not about defiance for the sake of drama or shock. It is an act of authenticity, a commitment to living in alignment with their inner truth. They have a strong internal compass that guides their choices, and before following any societal expectation, they ask themselves, "Does this align with who I am?" rather than "Will society approve?" They respect others and appreciate structure where it has purpose, but they refuse to follow rules that feel performative, empty, or designed to impress. They do not participate in rituals of conformity simply because everyone else is doing it. They value substance over appearance, meaning over tradition, and truth over convenience. This quiet nonconformity often inspires creativity and innovation. Because they are not limited by the beliefs or expectations of the crowd, Sigma males think freely. They see possibilities others overlook. They question things that people accept as unquestionable. Their independence of thought allows them to approach problems, relationships, and life choices with originality and depth. Their refusal to conform does not stem from arrogance, it stems from clarity. They understand who they are, what they value, and where they want to go. And because of that, they are willing to step away from the well-paved road society has laid out, even if it means carving their own path through uncharted territory. In a world eager to mold individuals into predictable patterns, Sigma males remind us of the power and responsibility of staying true to oneself. Number 6. Independence. Sigma males possess a deep, unwavering sense of independence, emotionally, mentally, and often materially. This independence is not a reaction to pain or a wall built out of distrust. It is the natural result of confidence, self-reliance, and an intimate understanding of their own capabilities. From a young age, Sigma males often learn to solve problems on their own. They become comfortable navigating challenges without relying on constant support or direction. Over time, this becomes a core part of who they are. They trust their own intuition, their reasoning, and their ability to handle whatever life throws at them. They don't seek permission to make decisions or validation to feel assured. Their inner world provides the clarity they need. In relationships, romantic, familial, or social, this independence shines in a unique way. Sigma males value freedom not only for themselves but also for those they care about. They don't suffocate, micromanage, or control the people in their lives. They understand that true connection is built on respect, not restriction. They want partners and friends who choose them freely, not out of obligation or dependence. At the same time, they refuse to be controlled or manipulated. They set strong boundaries and uphold them without hesitation. Their independence protects them from situations where their identity might be compromised or overshadowed. Financially and professionally, many Sigma males carve out paths that allow them more autonomy. Whether that means entrepreneurship, freelance work, or simply maintaining a lifestyle that doesn't tether them to unnecessary obligations. They don't strive for independence to impress others. They pursue it because it gives them peace, stability, and room to grow. Their independence also contributes to emotional balance. They are capable of being alone without feeling lonely. They enjoy companionship, but they are not defined by it. They can walk away from toxic situations without fear, because they know they can stand on their own. In a world full of people seeking approval, guidance, or constant reassurance, Sigma males remind us of the strength that comes from self-trust and personal freedom. Their independence is not a shield, it is a foundation. A grounded, steady place from which they build meaningful, healthy, and deeply respectful connections. Number 7. Meaningful conversations. Sigma males are not drawn to gossip, small talk, or trivial chatter. They crave meaningful conversations, discussions that challenge the mind, spark curiosity, and foster deeper connection. They enjoy talking about philosophy, personal growth, science, emotions, purpose, and experiences that reveal something real. This preference extends to friendships and relationships. Sigma males prefer a small circle of deep bonds over a wide network of surface-level connections. They remind us that true understanding comes not from chatter but from genuine, thoughtful dialogue. Number 8. Focus on personal goals. While many people drift toward what society expects, Sigma males move with purpose. They define their own goals and remain committed to achieving them. Their motivation is internal, not driven by praise or recognition, but by passion, focus, and personal fulfillment. They are willing to take risks, make sacrifices, and overcome setbacks. Their journey is deeply personal, and they remain loyal to it regardless of external noise. Sigma males show us the power of staying true to our own path, of creating a definition of success that belongs to us and no one else. Conclusion. Sigma males are a fascinating and unique group. They are introverted yet capable, minimalist yet curious, independent yet deeply thoughtful, non-competitive yet driven. They embody individuality, authenticity, and purpose. They remind us to value quality over quantity, to pursue our personal goals, and to live in alignment with who we truly are. Do you agree with the points made in this video? Let me know in the comments. For more content on Sigma males, check out other videos on this channel. Thank you for watching. Remember to like the video and subscribe for more.